You are listening to Passport Talks, a podcast on how to become a true cosmopolitan, how to travel the world without visas, create a safe haven for your family, and access top-notch education and healthcare with a second passport or residency.
Portugal visas. Which one should you get? Visa requirements for Portugal vary by citizenship. 62 countries, including the Schengen member states, the UK and the USA, are visa-exempt for short stays up to 90 days. For stays over 90 days, non-EU nationals must obtain a national visa, except for EU citizens who can register at a Portuguese address for long-term residency. Other nationals require a Schengen visa for short visits or a national visa for longer stays. Main types of visas to Portugal. Portuguese visas fall into 4 categories based on stay duration and purpose. 1. Residence visas for indefinite stays are aimed at family members of Portuguese nationals, entrepreneurs, employees, students, and more. Valid for 4 months with 2 entries, they require applying for residency upon arrival. 2. Temporary stay visas, valid for up to 1 year, support multiple entries for students, employees, interns, and those visiting for medical or religious reasons. 3. Job seeker visas offer a single entry for 120 days, extendable by 60 days for individuals seeking employment in Portugal. 4. Short-term tourist visas, part of the Schengen Agreement, allow tourism, business or medical visits for up to 90 days every 6 months, with single or multiple entries determined by the embassy. 7 ways to obtain a residence visa to Portugal. Portugal offers residence visas for employment, study, relocation with a passive income, family reunification, and business investments, allowing a 4-month stay with 2 entries, after which applicants should seek a residence permit. 1. Business initiatives. Entrepreneurs can opt for a startup visa for innovative projects or a D2 visa for other businesses, requiring sufficient funds and accommodation but no set investment amount. 2. Employment. D1 visas are for employees of Portuguese companies without higher education requirements, while D3 visas cater to highly qualified professionals with specific education who need a job contract with a minimum salary of €1,900. 3. Remote work. The digital nomad visa for 2 years extendable is for remote workers with a monthly income of €3,280 and a residential property in Portugal. 4. Training, internship, volunteering. Agreements with Portuguese institutions for unpaid activities qualify for a special visa requiring an invitation letter, accommodation, and funds. 5. Study and research. International students and researchers need an educational or research institution offer plus proof of accommodation and funds. 6. Relocation with passive income. The D7 visa, suitable for individuals with stable passive income or retirees, requires income at or above Portugal's minimum wage of €820 a month. 7. Family reunification. For family members of Portuguese citizens and residents, proving the relationship and financial support capability is necessary. Steps to obtaining a Portugal residence visa. Applying for a Portugal residency visa involves a 2-stage process: initial application in your home country and subsequent documentation submission in Portugal. 1. Complete the national visa application form for the residence visa. 2. Prepare the required documents: 2 color photographs, a valid passport, proof of sufficient funds, accommodation in Portugal, consent for a criminal record check in Portugal and your criminal record from your home country. Include supporting documents like a work contract, university invitation letter, or business incubator agreement. 3. Fee payment. The application fee is €90. 4. Schedule an appointment with a Portuguese consulate for document submission and biometric data collection. 5. Wait for the decision. The processing time for a visa application is up to 60 days, with the potential for expedited processing under specific conditions. 6. Once approved, collect your passport with the visa from the consulate or visa center, verifying the visa details. 7. Enter Portugal and apply for residency at the Agency for Integration, Migrations and Asylum of Portugal. 8. Schedule and attend an appointment for fingerprint collection. 9. Getting a residence permit card. After AIMA approval, pay the issuance fee for the residence card, which is available within 2 weeks. How to get a Portugal residence visa by investment. The Golden Visa program allows investment-based residency with a minimum of €250,000, covering the applicant and their family, renewable every 2 years. The Portugal Golden Visa process typically spans 8 to 10 months, involving several key steps. 1. Preliminary due diligence, 1 day. Immigrant Invest lawyers conduct a preliminary check to minimize refusal risks, reviewing the investor's background against international databases. If issues arise, solutions or alternative programs are suggested. 2. Getting a Portuguese tax number, 1 to 2 weeks. Obtaining an NIF through Immigrant Invest's fiscal representative is crucial for investing in Portugal. 3. Bank account opening, 1 to 1.5 months. Investors must open a Portuguese bank account to invest under the Golden Visa program, facilitated by Immigrant Invest. 4. Investing, 2 to 3 weeks. Options include buying investment fund units, making business investments, investing in research, supporting arts, or creating jobs. Supporting documentation is collected by Immigrant Invest lawyers. 5. Document preparation and submission, 5 to 6 months. Lawyers prepare and notarize the required documents, submitting e-copies to AIMA, which reviews the application within 4 to 5 months. 6. Fingerprinting. Appointments for fingerprinting and submitting original documents are arranged for the investor and their family in Portugal. 7. Approval and collecting residence permit cards. The investor pays for and receives the residence permit cards within 2 weeks following AIMA's approval. 8. Residence permit renewal every 2 years. To renew, the investor must spend at least 7 days per year in Portugal, resubmit documents, and undergo fingerprinting for new residence permit cards. Temporary stay visas, types and obtaining process. Portugal offers temporary stay visas for those planning to stay between 3 months and a year, which are suitable for exchange students, seasonal workers, and various other purposes. These visas exempt holders from needing a residence card, allowing multiple entries throughout their validity. The application process is the following. 1. Complete and sign the temporary stay visa application form. 2. Collect necessary documents based on the purpose of the stay, such as work contracts or medical reports. 3. Pay fees. The visa fee is €75, exempting certain categories like scholarship students or patients under health cooperation agreements. 4. Schedule a meeting at a consulate or authorized visa center. 5. Submit the application and biometrics. 6. Await decision. The processing time is up to 30 days, with some centers offering online tracking. 7. Collect passport and visa. Retrieve your passport from the consulate or visa center, verifying visa details upon receipt. Along with the application, you'll need 2 color photos, a valid passport, travel insurance for your stay, a criminal record certificate, a criminal record inquiry request, proof of financial means, and a return ticket copy. How to get a Portugal job seeker visa. The job seeker visa, a single-entry permit valid for 120 days with a possible 60-day extension, is for individuals looking to find employment in Portugal without a job offer. The process and required documents are the same as for temporary stay visas. However, the applicant for a job seeker visa proves financial resources equaling 3 minimum Portuguese salaries, which is €2,460 in 2024. How to get a Schengen visa to Portugal. This visa enables travel within the Schengen area for up to 90 days per 6 months, suitable for stays under 3 months for any visit purpose. It can be issued for durations from a few days up to 5 years, but stays are limited to 90 days per half year and may be single or multiple entries. The visa fee is €80 with a €40 reduced rate for children aged 6 to 12 and a €35 fee for certain countries under simplified procedures. The visa application is processed within 15 days, extendable to 30 to 45 days in some cases, or reduced to 10 days for countries with EU visa facilitation agreements. The required documents include the completed application form, a valid passport or travel document, 2 color photos, proof of sufficient funds and hotel booking, a travel itinerary with a return ticket, and travel insurance for the entire stay. That's it for this episode about visas to Portugal. Visit immigrantinvest.com for detailed information about countries for second residency, or book a meeting with Immigrant Invest lawyers who can help answer tricky questions. Take the next step towards your global opportunities and secure your future with Immigrant Invest. And see you in the next episodes of Passport Talks.
You are listening to Passport Talks, a podcast on how to become a true cosmopolitan, how to travel the world without visas, create a safe haven for your family, and access top-notch education and healthcare with a second passport or residency.